You are listening to Mostaccioli Murder, Book 1 of the Jade Sommer series, written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2020. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices. Chapter 5. The next morning, I visited Dad while Mom baked for the restaurant. As far as everyone knew, the restaurant would reopen without police interference. Aunt Dot was nearly ecstatic with the news. As I navigated the hospital hallways to find Dad's room, my thoughts strayed to Logan. Would he question Sommer today? He never did acknowledge my text. I inwardly groaned at myself. After only one day of seeing Logan, I was back to thinking about him. Not that he had ever strayed too far from my mind, but I had hated him then. Now, I just disliked him, and that alarmed me. Finding Dad's room, I knocked on the open door to gain his attention. He glanced over and smiled.
"Hello there, imp."
I returned his smile. If he was calling me imp, then he was on the mend. However, he was still strapped to machines, and his brown eyes were a bit on the watery side. "How are you feeling?" I asked as I walked to the side of his bed.
"Oh, you know,
"No, I don't know. Tell me."
I'm sore, but I've got good drugs the nurses keep me supplied."
His gray-streaked blonde hair was standing up at awkward angles. I searched for his brush.
"Tell me how you're doing. I only saw you for a moment yesterday."
"You saw me for longer than that. Those drugs made you forget."
"Well, how long are you back in town?"
"A couple of weeks."
"Did Mom twist your arm to stay? I know you don't like to leave work for too long."
I can honestly say I didn't feel any arm twisting.
"Then why?"
"Can't I visit my family?"
"You mean your invalid father?"
I found his brush and brought it to him, but he was such a tangle of tubes, I decided it was best if I brushed his hair. "You're not an invalid.
"You're brushing my hair like I'm one."
Would you rather have messy hair?"
"No.
He didn't say anything for a moment, but then finally said,
It'll be nice to have you home. I should be out of here in a few days."
"I've picked up shifts at the restaurant, so you don't have to worry about anything."
"Are we down a person? Or did Kobe make the ad we were talking about a few days ago and we have more customers?"
I rolled my eyes since he couldn't see me. "I guarantee it will never be because of an ad made by Kobe, but Aunt Dot ran off your line cook, Lars. And Wayne died."
"Wayne died?"
He seemed surprised, so either no one had told him or the drugs had made him forget. I finished flattening Dad's wayward tufts, and then sat on a chair next to him. I'll cover his shifts until Ross can hire more people.
"How did he die?"
I filled Dad in on what I knew of Wayne's death. When I finished, Dad shook his head.
"What a senseless waste of life."
I nodded.
"I bet your mom is trying to cook up a basket of food for Wayne's widow."
Yes, but right now she's baking for the restaurant. "What do you know about Wayne?" I asked, wondering if Dad would know who'd want to murder the guy. Dad shrugged and then winced.
"Remind me not to do that again."
He sighed.
"I don't know. Seemed like a somewhat decent guy. A little self-involved, but nice enough to me. However, he didn't get along with some of the staff. Your Aunt Dot and he would argue. But then he'd go out on a delivery and come back cool and collected."
"Do you think Aunt Dot would kill him?"
"She's all bluster."
It was her knife that was found in his chest. Dad's jaw dropped open.
No.
He shook his head.
No, I can't believe such a thing of my sister."
"Anyone else hate him?"
Lars and Wayne would get into tiffs. They had a few words back and forth when the chef found Wayne stealing from the pantry.
"He stole from the restaurant? And you didn't fire him?" Dad shook his head.
He was on hard times, needed some money to feed the family. He said he was going to replace what he took, but your mom insisted we give him food and forget the whole thing.
And he never tried to steal again?
No, but he did ask for an advance on his paycheck.
How much of an advance?
Only 1,000.
Only? That was a hefty sum for a delivery driver. Did you give it to him? Dad nodded.
He worked a portion of it off. I guess I won't be getting the rest of it, though.
Wayne had a wife and a girlfriend. He attempted to steal. He borrowed money from the restaurant, and didn't Mr. Lee say he stole a vase from him? I needed to talk to Logan. No, Logan was the detective. I was only adding up clues in order to talk to him. I wouldn't go back down that road. Logan had made his choice. The only reason I had an urge to talk to him was because he was a familiar landmark in my crumbling world.
We should send flowers to his wife.
Dad said thoughtfully.
Do you think she'll need help with the funeral?
Don't worry about it. Mom already made a list this morning of ways to help Jalen and her kids. And I've been roped into being her assistant, starting with the delivery of food. He gave a nod.
That will be good. How's Ross doing?
I haven't seen him yet today, but I'm sure he's fine. There was a rap on the open door.
I heard there's a sick person here,
A male voice said. We both looked over to find Uncle Frank and Uncle Sal walking into the room. Uncle Sal wasn't really an uncle. He had been a permanent fixture of the restaurant for so long that he was adopted into the family. He says adopting strays is what real Italians do anyway. There had been rumors Uncle Sal had ties to the company, aka Al Capone-type mob guys. But if Uncle Sal was ever in the mob, he never admitted to it. Still, has an old Godfather vibe even though he was born and raised in Chicago, and he wears large gold chains around his neck. Maybe he knows a guy who knows a guy, as the saying goes. Aunt Dot let you come here? I asked Uncle Frank.
What she doesn't know won't kill her.
That was his answer to everything that had to do with his wife. I still didn't understand their relationship, but who was I to judge? At least they made their marriage work. I couldn't even get a guy to stay faithful. Uncle Frank rolled up his sleeves and produced a deck of cards.
How about a game, Clark?
I'm up for the challenge.
Dad said, scooching up in bed. You'll have to help with the cards, I said.
I was counting on it.
Uncle Frank said.
Easier to cheat that way.
Uncle Frank moved past me and commandeered a metal tray table on wheels. Uncle Sal took a seat and then grinned at me.
Been too long since I've seen you last. You look good, kid.
Thanks, Uncle Sal. I'll leave you guys to have fun. But not too much fun. Dad still needs to rest. They waved me out, and Uncle Frank proceeded to shuffle the cards. I took the cue and escaped. I knew what I would find when I arrived at the restaurant. Lists, chaos, and food. Lots of food. When Mom went into crisis mode, everyone was involved and the pantries were ravaged. So when I walked into the kitchen just before noon, the entire cooking staff was there, even though we were still hours away from opening for dinner. The scents of oregano and garlic permeated the air. I doubt a vampire would dare set foot in here, I said as I stationed myself at the prep table. What should I do? Mom hurried over, dodging a cook as she brought to-go boxes.
Help me fill these,
she said, placing them on the table. What am I filling them with?
Dessert.
Is this for Wayne's family? She nodded.
Dessert is already in the bakery case. Just pick out 5 of everything.
Don't you mean 4? Jalen and her 3 kids. Mom gasped.
Yes, of course. 4. I must have been counting Wayne, too.
She shook her head.
I hope I don't make a mistake like that at the funeral.
Has the funeral already been arranged? I asked, thinking it was way too soon to know any details yet.
I haven't heard anything, but maybe you can ask when you deliver this to Jalen.
If these boxes were just for dessert, I wondered if I might need a truck to haul the rest of the food.
I feel terrible for her. I'm so glad you can deliver food to her. The last thing she needs is me crying in front of her.
Shouldn't someone come with me? I asked. She doesn't know who I am, and I know these boxes are only the beginning of what you're sending over.
Ross could go with you.
Can't.
Ross said as he walked through with a clipboard.
I've lined up a few interviews today, and I need to come up with questions.
Just ask if they have a pulse, I said. You can't afford to be picky. He leveled me with a flat, unamused stare as he walked away. We never did have the same sense of humor. I glanced over at Aunt Dot as a possible person to take to Jalen's, but she was already lamenting to a cook about the exact definition of al dente, and not whatever overcooked noodles the staff had made. No, she would not be a good person to bring along. I guess I could do it alone. I was only bringing food. It wasn't like Jalen would want me to stay and visit.
I've already put together meals for them,
Mom said.
We have a box ready to go. When you're done with the desserts, we'll add them to the others, and then you can go.
I nudged open the swinging door to glance at the bakery case stationed on the back wall of the dining area. That was my favorite part of the restaurant. As I walked toward the case, drool-worthy desserts greeted me. Cannoli, tiramisu, panna cotta, torta barozzi. I stared at them, realizing I had never eaten breakfast, and it was now lunchtime. Surely that meant a cannoli or two would be okay. Mr. Lee already said I had to fatten up. After filling the boxes with the confectionery masterpieces that Mom made every day, I grabbed a cannoli for myself. When I brought the treats back to the kitchen, Mom pointed me in the direction of a large box in the corner. I'm talking large, like it could feed 100 people. Large. I can't get this on the scooter, I said.
I know. Maybe you can use Ross's car.
I placed the desserts into the box and then attempted to pick up the entire thing. It didn't budge. Straightening, I said, Mom, I know you mean well, but this is a little overboard. She glanced at the box and then at me, then back at the box, and then she did the worst thing that a mother could do to her child. She cried, full sobbing with giant tears, shaking body, hands pressed to her eyes. The staff stopped to stare at us.
Whoa, what did you do?
Kobe asked as he walked in, eyeing me as the guilty party. She's just sad about Wayne. I pointed to the box. Can you lift this thing? He eyed it and then stuck out his chin as if accepting the challenge.
Yeah, I've been bench pressing.
Kobe bent down, wrapped his fingers around the box, then heaved. The box remained on the floor. So, bench pressing, huh? I asked.
I didn't say how much I lifted.
He muttered. I smiled, which received a glower in return. Don't feel bad, I said. I can't lift this thing either.
But I'm the man.
I lifted a brow.
A man's gotta be the man. That's just the way things are.
You've been spending too much time with Uncle Sal. If you start wearing gold chains, I'm calling an intervention. He glowered at me again. But I was saved from a sarcastic reply when Lily walked in.
Ross told me you're putting together a care package for Wayne's wife. Do you need any help?
She then caught sight of my mom, who was composing herself.
Are you okay, Mrs. Sommer?
Mom waved off her concern.
I'm just a little overwhelmed.
You go and relax. I can help.
I really shouldn't.
Go relax. You've done more than enough already.
Are you getting an A in your assertiveness class? I asked.
I always get A's.
I'll just go sit down for a bit.
When she was out of the kitchen, Lily asked,
What have you done so far, and what do you need?
I think we're pretty well done. We just can't lift the box, and I don't think it's going to fit in Ross's car. How are 4 people going to eat all of this food?
Did someone say food?
Logan asked, as he walked in from the dining room. He was wearing a dark t-shirt that hugged him in all the right places, and his badge was clipped to his belt, which somehow made the plain ensemble sexier. It had to be the badge that gave him his powers. "When did you get here?" I asked.
Just now. I was heading this way when Ross said you might need help.
We do.
Lily said.
Can you lift that box?
He eyed the monstrosity.
Maybe. Where do you want it?
I have to deliver it to Jalen.
Wayne's wife?
He questioned, suddenly looking interested. Why the sudden interest?
I was just curious.
He wasn't saying something. Perhaps it was secret police business. Either way, I wanted to know what he knew.
Do you have your car with you?
Lily asked Logan.
Yeah, but
Great.
Lily said, cutting him off.
Take that box. You and Jade can drop it off at Jalen's. I'll stay here and make sure you guys are set for the dinner crowd. Jade, take your time, but be back by 4 in case there are deliveries.
Lily took Kobe by the arm and led him away.
what happened to her?
Logan asked, staring at Lily's retreating form. She's taking an assertiveness class. I have to say, I think I like her more. Not because she had stranded me with Logan, but because she had always seemed defeated before. Sad almost. Now she seemed alive. Spirited.
She used to be so quiet.
People change. His gaze caught mine and paused for a moment before he bent down to pick up the box. Muscles flexing, jeans tightening. I nearly scolded myself for looking, but as long as I didn't touch, all was well. Logan picked up the box.
Stop staring and open the door.
Okay. Being caught staring wasn't cool. In fact, it was embarrassing. But I didn't respond because it would only make me look more guilty. Instead, I led the way through the dining room and out the front door. A black SUV was parked along the sidewalk. I assume that's yours, I said.
When I'm on duty.
Oh. Perhaps that's what he was trying to tell Lily before she cut him off. You don't have to help. I can try to squeeze the box into Ross's car. In fact, I'd prefer it. Being near Logan made me confused.
No, that's okay. I need to talk to Jalen anyway. She's avoiding me.
Really? Why would she avoid you?
People react differently to stressful situations. I never know what the problem is until I can talk to them face to face.
When we reached the SUV, he paused.
My keys are in my pocket. I should have given them to you before I picked up the box.
Then set the box on the ground, because I'm not fishing around in your pockets. From the gleam in his brown eyes, I knew he wanted to make an inappropriate remark. Possibly because I used to fish in his pockets all the time. But he knew better than to voice his thoughts. Instead, he set the box down near the trunk and withdrew his keys.
Hop in front.
He said, unlocking the doors. I walked around to the passenger side and sat inside while he loaded the box. I scanned the interior, looking for clues as to what Logan was like now. Was I pathetic? Yes. But I was curious. Seemed he preferred a local brand of black coffee. That was new. He used to only drink water, soda, and beer. Everything else in the vehicle was police-issued. Computer. Switches for dashboard light system and siren. A radio that was currently turned off. I still wondered why he had chosen this profession. He opened the driver's side door and slid in.
Do you have her address on you?
Nope. He glanced at me with those dark eyes of his as if finding my one-word answer amusing.
How are you going to get there?
Don't be all high and mighty. I wouldn't have gotten far before asking for it. It's not like I'd wander the streets aimlessly yelling out her name.
I'm far from high and mighty.
He typed into his computer.
Got it.
See, you had it this whole time. The ride to Jalen's was quiet. A few words about the weather, some thoughts on the new mayor. Truly an unremarkable conversation designed for strangers. Which, maybe that's what we were. Thankfully, Jalen didn't live far away, and within 10 minutes we were pulling up to her place. Just as I was about to jump out, Logan stopped me.
We aren't together.
What?
We didn't come here together. I just bumped into you on the way to her apartment and am helping you carry the box, that's all.
Okay, I said hesitantly.
My actions can jeopardize a case. I need this to be strictly professional.
Oh, okay, I don't know you. There were many times in the past when I had wished I never knew him. It'd be easy enough to comply.